Well, today I am going to paint this lovely scene that I've got this photograph of, and this is St Clement, a little village in Truro. It's starting to get warm up in the UK at the moment, so I can't wait to get out and do some plein air painting in places like Cornwall. But as a little warm up, I thought I'd have a go at this one. It's a very picturesque. We've got this little scene there, a little creek with the tree on the left there framing it, so it helps. This line of this wall takes us in. We've got the sea out here and a few boats here and this bench and the nice green here, and I've got a nice sort of cerulean sky, and I can see the shape of these lovely old house. So I want to try and get these fairly realistic and fairly accurate drawing. So what I've done, I've sketched it out there. Can you see that there? Just a rough pencil sketch on my canvas board. This is a 10 by 12 canvas board. So I'm going to just map it out with a thin mixture, really. Let's get my gloves on. I don't always wear gloves, but I put a glove on my left hand because I try and keep my brush clean so I don't dull my colours. I don't want any muddy colours. You can see here I've got my selection on this little tear-off palette. Various cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, ultramarine, raw sienna, burnt umber, crimson alizarin, cadmium red, sap green, or viridian there actually, cerulean blue, and a bit of violet there. So let's get a little drawing mixture. So I'm going to get a little bit of my umber, burnt umber there, to a little bit of ultramarine. This is left over from a painting I did the other day, so I may have to put out some more because it's skinning over actually. But try and not waste it. So let's have a look. Let's just get a map of the main structure. There's some big tree here. So it's coming out like this. And over here we've got some houses here. So I'm just trying to see them as shapes at the moment. So I'm just going to do that. And this roof line, quite a dark area there. That roof coming in there. Little bits here and there. And got another property coming in like that. Got a window there. Window here, doorway here. Another window. So I'm trying to map out some rough areas, some rough guidelines, avoiding seeing them as property. Otherwise I get carried away into the detail. So just see it as a mass, really. This is a sea wall here. Or a little bit of it's an exaggeration, a little wall at the bottom of these gardens here. And that comes out and the sea is out here. So let's just go with that. And got the land over there, and this bit, this lighter area is the sea, but we'll deal with that. I've got a little old boat there. Just again, just rough line. Got a bit of a tree there, bit of a conifer. That's fairly dark. Got a lighter one here. Again, some houses there, some properties. And this is all green along here, so I can do that. Some gardens, and we've got a shadowed area. We've got a seat here, a big shadowed area. Let's get that shadow. And as the river comes, a little stream feeding into the little harbour area here. Another boat there. Got a boat here. Gotta get the shadow of it. And as I said, all this is going to be, this is all green in here, all this bit. And that's the harbour, brown. So, and of course we've got quite a clear sky as well. So let's do that. Right. Boat there, old yacht there. So where should we go? Let me get these masses in. Perhaps we should get that sky in right away. I think I might do that. It'll help set the tone a little bit, help me judge the tones. Right, let's get it and a right brush. I think I've got a big flat here. Can you see that? That's a long flat. That is a number 8. So I think I'll make up a bit of cerulean using my odorless mineral spirit to get me going. Fairly thin mixture. So I've got some cadmium white there. See, cadmium white left over from the other day. And I'm going to get a little bit of my cerulean. You see my cerulean down here. And let's see if we can make up a nice mixture. I think let's have a little bit of ultramarine just to step it up a bit, I think. Yes, I think we can do that. It's a fairly light sky actually. A bit darker to the top, of course, often the case. This high above you here, and I want to sort of blend that down a little bit. I can put reshape that tree as we go, but I want a little sky hole to cut into part of it. It comes down over the top of these cottages here. This is an old fishing village, I imagine. St. Clement's. Never been there, but there's lots of little coves and beaches in Cornwall. Keep it light here. This canvas board is being toned with a little bit of umber. A couple of weeks ago I think I did a few of them. So it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of colour showing through. Let's go like that. Right. Seem to have a little bit of old paint there. Get that off. Don't know how that got there. A little bit of red. Okay. Here's the beauty of oil paints. Nothing is lost. You just go over it. Nice thick paint. There you are. You can vary the brush directions as well. But I want it fairly light in this horizon down here. Right, let's go with that. And the masses, let's get some of this. Should we get some of that green in right away? Yes, let's do that. That's a big lump of tree there, so let's clean this brush off. Don't want that titanium white in my green mixture. Let's give it a little bit of a clean off in my odorless mineral spirit. Yes, that's better. Let's get right into a bit of, got some sap green here. No, I think actually that's Viridian. I think I'm going to have to put some more out. Trying, being a bit mean, trying to save some of my paint there, but oh, I can revive it a little bit there with some odorless mineral spirit. So mass it in here, different colors, put some reds or blues, put some ultramarine if we want a darker green. Let's just go with that for a minute, put a bit of umber there to give me darker elements. And I've got a couple of boughs showing as well. We can do that, but let's get a bit of ultramarine in as well to give me some dark greens, variety. Darks down here as well, and that. Let's get this map. Some lighter, some yellow there. Give me some lighter greens. Get some blue and yellow, bit of our yellow going there. This is cadmium yellow. I've got, I can put that straight on there. I can put some umbers in to give me some of the grasses in a minute. A little bit of yellow under there, catching a little bit of lighter grass there. Again, I squint my eyes so I can see where my lights need to be. My darker, let's put a bit of umber there. A few darker bits there. Again, still just mapping out really. We'll put that bench in. We've got to get some greens. Now I've got to be careful, get some of the right values in here. Let's put a bit more yellow in there. So I want a fairly lightish green along there, on that top of that wall. And out on the headland we have some light green there. Okay, and then we have lighter greens. So I'll use some of that cadmium yellow there to help me sculpt out a little bit. I think we need some more. Definitely a lot lighter. I think we'll bring it into the scene a little bit. Comes a little bit along here too. Got to get that mixture of light and dark. There we could. Let's put some sienna in there as well. Some raw sienna. Right, now I can see we could put some light green along this edge here, a little bit more yellow. Little bits of fairly thick paint there. Some yellowy bits here. Right, let's get a bit of darker. This has to be a nice dark shadow there. This bench here is casting a shadow. So I use sort of my umber there and my ultramarine. Help me get that shadow coming across. Out there, and we've got sort of odd bits here and there. You can see that here. Big dark shadow form from the yacht there. Yes. Comes off our paste there, and out into the foreground like that, or into the middle ground. And that's a bit darker too, that out there. A little bit darker, I think, for that headland there. But again, I must remember I'm using a photograph, and I've got to try not to try and chase it, because I need it to be cooler in the distance there. It needs to be a little on the bluish side actually. So if you have it on the little bit of blue, sort of grey it out a little bit. That's it. You can come back with a smaller brush later. Now we've got to get something in here. This is a sort of bluey, I'm noticing now. Yes. You can see this here. A little bit of blue there. All these damp puddles there. So that will reflect something of our sky, of course, our cerulean sky there. So that comes in here. A little bit the other side of that shadow as well. And I've got a nice blue out there as well. Try to vary the tone there. And out here, a little muddier, a little grayer. Let's get this in. Yes, I think we can just tickle it in. Got to get a nice blue over there in a moment. And here, a little darker. Again, squinting my eyes. Let's put a bit of raw sienna in some of these areas. I think we can do that. Yes, a little bit of raw sienna. Will help this little inlet show the muddy texture of the mud bank there, because the tide is out. So let's go with that. Again, I think I need a little darker, a little bit of umber there with the raw sienna. Let's say the water comes in here. It's just trickling in now. Okay, squint my eyes again. I think I can make this a little bit darker there. And then more raw sienna, a bit lighter here. Light and dark, remember. You need that in a painting. We'll get to the details later. Again, you can see I need a little bit darker along that seawall there. And remember, this is alla prima, all in one attempt. So this is a specific sort of technique. It's wet on wet, so it's a little trickier to lay the paint down, so you have to just touch it lightly, often to get that to stick. Okay, and I can bring my greens into that a little later as well, so that it comes over that seawall. But some darks we can put here. Right. Actually, well, I work in various parts of the painting. I don't religiously stay on one element. It's not a good plan. You need to look at your overall picture. So I'm going to step back a bit and see what I'm getting there. Perhaps I need to get onto a smaller brush now. Actually, we can use some umber, get some little textural marks here. Some of these little rocks and stones that you get. And there's a very dark bit there. I'm looking carefully at my boat, my little boat there, casting a bit of a shadow. Some more raw sienna there. Yes, we need to vary these tones in these places, I think. Right. Now let's get a smaller brush and block in the buildings. Let's clean my brush a little bit. Yes, there's quite a lot of detail to add into this actually, which I need to do. But it's when, of course. When do you do that? Could argue it's when you see it. Of course, I guess. When you see it, I act on it then sometimes before you forget. You can see. Right, let's get a nice, much smaller brush. Yes, I got a little number 4 short flat here. Can you see that? I think we'll put in some of these buildings. So they're sort of off-white, creamy colour. So I think I'm going to use a bit of ochre. Bit of, can you see that? Bit of yellow ochre there. Put it here. I think a little bit of titanium maybe. Yes. A little bit whiter still maybe. Sort of off-white, creamy colour perhaps. Let's have a go. As I said, nothing is lost with oil. You can always come back. So a bit more there. Being careful to wipe off my brush as I do it, because you can make your painting very muddy. otherwise. Right, we've got yes, I think along this again. There's a shadow side on this where my brush is right now. That's a little bit in shadow, so I've got a little bit of blue there, which is picking up from the brown marks I've got on. Right. That's getting it. Again there. When we put the windows in, you'll start to see it as well. So these are just shapes. View them as shapes. There's so much in the distance there. You won't really see them as houses necessarily. And we've got to get something in the roof as well. So how do we do that? Let's bit of artistic license. We want contrast. So I'm going to go with a little bluey slatish colour there. So it's a good contrast with this area here. But I think I'm going to contrast it again. So I want to, let's go a bit of raw sienna. And stroke something in there for that roof line there. A bit of light there. Got to put something in there. Let's get some red, some pinky colour. Okay, then we can go for a bit of, let's dot it with a bit of green in that bottom blue, change the tone a little bit. Perhaps we better put something in his roof though. Let's have a bit of orange. Make a little bit of a terracotta look if we can. Well, I got a feeling my orange is dried out. Let's have a look. chimneys in and things. A little brighter colour there, isn't it? But just a little too bright, so tone it down. A bit of umber. Right. Right. Should do that boat. Some light colour in there. Keep the shape. Yes, that'll do. And something in there. And this boat over here, just get the shape. Curve around there. A little bit on there. And we've got to get something in this bench, haven't we? Let's get some dark salon there. Yes, it was pretty dark. Right. Now let's get a smaller brush and put in some of those finer details which might bring it together. I need to put a bit of the sea in there. Let's clean off the brush and put a bit of blue. Gotta have the sea in. Let's peel it off a little bit too bright. There we go. can see the sea now. Right. A little bit of blue. The water there. Got a put some more details in. Oh yes, we've got there's a little bit of a roadway going up there. Can put that coming along there. Right, let's get into a smaller brush. Now, what have I got? I need something. Yes, how about this one? This is a little flat, like a very ancient brush. I can't see any numbers on it, but it'll do for us, I think. Let's get some umber going, a little bit of blue. And see what we can do. There's a couple of windows here. Yes, see that? And then we've got several here actually. Let's use my hand as a bit of a mole stick. Turn it over. It's quite tricky getting it onto wet paint. We've got various windows here actually. And a big door here. Got to put some details in as well. There's one little window there, and got a big one on that face. I've got some here too. Going to put some chimneys in as well, some little features which help it read. Need to ground things as well. There. And more shadow in this area. On this road, on this wall. See where there? And yes, let's go. we've got a few windows here. I've got a tree there. We've got dark bits of tree as well. I'll put some chimneys in actually. I think yes, we've got some colourful tree in, I think, there. That's not good. Let's get some yellow and a bit of green. Bit of colour here and there. Actually, there's quite a colourful bush here. Orange, yellow. We need to put a bit of something in that boat, show its form. That's better. And a bit under there. And got to put those masts in as well. And there was another tree actually. Let's see a deciduous tree. Ah, yes, I think a number of trees here. Sitting out there. Some of them coming over, and behind, actually behind the house as well. So we've got to keep them faint, quite muted, because I don't want them coming forward, just to hint at their form, really. They're in the distance there, so I've got a sort of fairly greyish green. I don't know if you can see that. My camera's picking that up. I'll lower the light on it a bit. You can see that. Oh. My angle point is nearly falling on me. Right. I think I need some more green actually to brighten things up a little bit. Let's see what I've got. Let's get some Viridian again. Some fresh Viridian. It's a bit fierce actually. You've got to be careful using this one. It's rather overpowering if you're not careful. Let's clean my brush a bit and get some of it going with a little bit of umber though. So that will take it down a little bit. I want a little bit more green there. So I think I'm going to put a bit of that cadmium yellow with it. Yes, that's a bit better. Yes, let's mix it up. Bring some more in here. It's a great colour, but you've got to use it very cautiously. Let's put a bit of white with it, a little bit of cadmium yellow. Just see what we can get. Some blues. That's it. Just poking over that roof line. Yes, let's go with that. Now, perhaps I should get some of these masts in, should we? Let's get a small brush. See what I've got. Let's have a look. Yes, I can see got a few little skinnies here that I usually use for watercolor. There's this one. It's a little graduate. Ooh, it's a 100 or a 10, very small one. Very small. Let's get some. I'm thinking of putting a mast in there. There's some details. Right, let's get a nice mixture of what should we use. I think a little burnt sienna. Let's see what we can do with that. Gotta get that. It's got two masts. Yes. Trying to do it in one single stroke if I can. And we can put some details on our boat as well. Also detail some oars perhaps in there. Bit of colour. colour there. Again, trying to pull some details. Not too much though. You want your viewer to do some work. They see what they want to see. So let's just put some bits in here. Right, a bit of colour there. Let's see if we can get another little element, I think, into that mast. Got some lines coming down like this, just to suggest them. Right, okay. And this one is a mast as well, so we've got to get that one in. Right. A little bit of a cabin structure there. A little bit definition on some of these houses, perhaps. And I've got to get her. Yes, I can see little bits of. Put a chimney here. There's one there. One here. And some lights along there. Little highlight. Well, there you have my completed painting of St. Clement in Cornwall. Since the battery died, I've put the masts in, done some work on the grasses here, tried to vary the colour, bit of texture in the shore there, and worked on the houses a little bit, and the tree as well. Tried to put in the main boughs that you can see there, and generally a little bit of texture on that wall there, and that sea wall. So we've got some light and dark. But anyway, I hope you liked it. If you do, please give me a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already done that. But I'm reasonably happy with it. It's a sort of impressionistic interpretation. It's not absolutely photographic and tight, but I've captured the atmosphere, which is what I wanted to do. So thanks for watching.